kinds of DIY culture, and I would consider this night a part of that. And these are obviously extremely important. And you've been extremely attentive. I know it's like, it's harder for me. I have to listen to myself every time I perform this. It's just happened once for you. Do you know what I mean? It's like, listen to my voice, it's so annoying. But basically, and tied to that, I really love punk rock and kind of the punk ethos of like doing it yourself and not really giving a fuck what anyone really thinks about you. And I'm unemployed, which I'm sure you can fully see why. But like, cool. Right, this is about punk rock basically and my adoration of it and why you should like it too if you don't. You'll find us in the sweat. You'll find us in the speakers. You'll find us in the shaking walls. You'll find us in the cracks on the street with the uprising moss. Fists raised aloft because we know what not doing this costs. And it's in any squat, pub back room or any basement we got, because this is our spot. Our line in the sand, etched with grins and eardrum shattering dins. Because it's got to be loud. Because it's got to match every you bastard. And every time someone grabs a mic in their nervous, sweaty palm, it helps us move on that little bit faster. But we're not plastering over cracks. We're creating space between the gaps, because too many songs, books, poems and raps just scratch and sniff the surface. So this is the sound of perceiving surplus, the sound of needing purpose, the fingers of promoters who make us jump through hoops, looping us a noose and controlling us by putting price tags on words and sounds, because this has been around since the dawn of authority. This has been around since the birth of commodity. It survived famine, censorship, genocide, wars, so fucking move aside if you think a little bit of money's going to stop this tide, because this is stronger than you'll ever believe. It's a bullied kid wiping his nose on his sleeve, preparing his shield when the big kids come calling. It's the dust clearing off the Goliaths falling. It's the call of a siren, the drug stash of Lord Byron. The hungry, fallen, broken people climbing, flaming semaphore, frantically signing. Because between the gaps is where the geeks take over. Between the gaps, somewhere between being pissed and being sober. Between the gaps, we take it back to the start, and we should be humbled and overjoyed that we all play our part. Thank you so much for listening, guys. Yeah!